You know the rules, and so do I.
What's going on, people? Today we're actually going to watch another video of two more fights. We have Bakugo versus Mirio and Endeavor versus All Might. Now these two fights are actually interesting, as you can tell by the title, and I'll explain why. We can now sidestep, and I will actually watch the video where Bakugo is fighting Mirio, and I wanted to actually point out when he sidesteps, so I will point out to you when he does it. The blue gauge that's above each opponent's health bar, I will tell you what that is during these fights as well. So before we actually dive into the video, you know what to do, guys. You know how the screen looks. New to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications. Please follow the Twitter. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have a PlayStation 4, feel free to join the One's Justice 2 community. Join the Discord, and let's go ahead and dive into the video. So we're going to start off with Bakugo versus Mirio. So here's Bakugo's new intro. It looks pretty clean, honestly. I kind of like it as well. And then of course Mario, popping out. Now, one of Mirio's other outfits is actually black and white, so they really didn't dive into like the clothing accessories like I thought they would, at least for Mirio, at least. So, I'm kind of iffy on how the stage transition happens automatically once you even like just baby tap whoever you just slam down. So the match starts and boom, you already chase stage transition. Kind of iffy about that. Okay, so you see that blue bar above Bakugo and Mirio's health bar? That is a meter gauge. Now what that does is, actually let me rewind, because Bakugo did something new as well. Where's my, I can't find my cursor. There it is. Alright, so wait for it. Now we all know Bakugo's charge shot kind of like traveled across the map, right? But if you watch carefully, when he shoots it, it actually is like a grenade. Because you know, in One's Justice, when he shot it, it kind of traveled across the screen. But once he charges it up, a little grenade comes out. That's definitely different. So that was pretty interesting to see that he changed that for Bakugo. But anyway, the blue meter gauge that they have now causes meter to dash cancel. So if anybody knows, if we were using Bakugo, the bread and butter, the 1, 2, 3, and if you were dash canceled, that would take meter. Now, how do I feel about that personally? I think it's honestly fair. And why do I think that? Because now, as you can see, there it is right there. Boom. He just rolled and it took meter. Watch how he rolls and it takes meter. Watch. Boom, right there. That's the sidestep that we have now. Right there. There you go. That's the sidestep that we have. And you saw how his meter went down. And the bar goes up pretty fast. So I kind of feel like that's fair. That way people are not constantly spamming dashes when it comes to combos, at least the infinites. I feel like that gives the fair amount when it comes to this game, because people can just constantly dash, and so instead of like sidestepping and then trying to do dash combos, you have to wait till your bar goes up. And I really appreciate that. I kind of like that. It makes the game pretty fair, honestly. Another crazy feature that was actually in a thread I saw: supports can now do level 1s. That's going to be kind of crazy and iffy. You would definitely have to go to training mode actually to time that out, just to test that theory. Not test that theory, but actually test it out. So Choco can actually do her level 1 while you're fighting with Bakugo. Another interesting thing too, as you can see right here, Mirio's level 2 got canceled. Now we know in One's Justice that invisibility frame would have went in and Bakugo would have got hit by that level 2. Now, how do we activate the support supers? Don't know yet, but somebody went to New York Comic Con and played One's Justice 2 and said you are now able to do level 1 supers with your support. So you can be comboing with Bakugo and bring out Ochako for her level 1 and then go crazy from there. That's going to do a lot of linking, and oh boy, that's going to be interesting when it comes to that. So this fight was pretty with the whole tap, 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 tap. So the next fight should be Endeavor versus All Might. Now, another interesting thing about Endeavor, and I'll wait till Endeavor actually does it, because I don't remember this on One's Justice. Anybody who's an Endeavor main or Endeavor player, please tell me if this is actually different. It's the first time seeing his intro, too. I like it. Good job, Endeavor. Ready, clash. Now, with Endeavor, let's see. That's the same. All right, for it. All right, right there. Did Endeavor always inflict fire or damage? Like, was your body always on fire after he hit you for that long? Because I don't remember that. Is it just me, or was that always a thing? I don't know. Another thing too that was in the thread, the dude says there's no wall splats in the game, when clearly this match right here, Endeavor gets a wall splat. So I don't know what stage he was doing, but Once Justice 2 definitely had wall splats, of course. Now, when I first saw the wall splat, I thought the time for it got decreased, but it didn't. There was a comparison video between Once Justice 2 and Once Justice 1 where they both got wall splat at the same time, and they were both in there, and they both got out at the same time. So that was kind of disappointing to see that the wall splats are still, you know, iffy. But yeah, that definitely is sped up. Like the round, you don't actually sit there and wait for it to come up. That definitely got sped up. But I see a lot of people saying all the characters didn't get like updated. One, we haven't even seen all the characters. Bakugo literally did something different from Once Justice 1. Me personally feel like if one character is doing exactly what they did in Once Justice, then they did get touched. If they got one little thing added new, they got changed. That's just how I feel. Shusai's Deku has a whole new alt. Bakugo's armor move makes you bounce, and he has a charged grenade. So even if it's just minor changes, it's still a change. You have people out there playing Storm 2, from Storm 2 to Storm 4. Sakura and Neji still got the same movesets. But yeah, here's the wall splat right there. So me personally, I just feel like each character has a slight difference. Now, All Might, I don't know about him, fam. I don't know what's different about him yet. Oh, what a wall bounce. But yeah, if anybody remembers Endeavor setting you on fire when it comes to him hitting you for that long and it takes fire damage over time, please let me know. Well, okay, so he's dead. So another thing too that All Might's gonna do, if I'm not mistaken, I think he does it right here. All right, so okay, I see Deku. Oh, so they don't scream no more. So All Might is holding his guard, right? He's holding his guard, but his meter is draining, and he uses his sidestep to drain some more meter. But the meter goes up a little, you know. Still, like I said earlier, it goes up. So that makes me wonder if you just sit there and hold guard the entire time, does that mean double guard break, or is that your guard bar as well? That's another good question. So say if he was standing there guarding the entire time, what would have happened if the bar went all the way down? Would his guard would have break if Endeavor would have got another hit? Or would the bar just be empty and he can't do no sidestep or dash cancel? I'm going to say that most likely that it's just definitely a guard break bar. So if you're sitting there holding your guard the entire time and the bar drains, it's going to be a guard break. That's what I feel like. But yeah, you see how All Might's body's on fire? I don't remember that in Once Justice. See, that armor move is still a thing. Jesus Christ, All Might, your butt. Well, we get to see Endeavor's outro, so hopefully that's better than him folding his arms, which I did in Endeavor. Oh, I thought that was I was about to say, hold on, that's not the outro. Okay, guys, so in total, I'm gonna read to you the thread that was made by. I'm gonna put the dude's Twitter. What he said about it, because he's personally played My Hero Academia. So what he says is My Hero Academia Once Justice 2 is basically a slight upgrade. Visuals have some slight improvements, but the frame rate is atrocious. The loading was bad and all the characters are simply ported. I find this to be false because once the game is just not even in full development, so of course the loading is going to be horrible. Characters are simply ported, I will say that, but there are slight changes when it comes to characters. The only new characters in the demo was Shigaraki without Father's Hand and Mirio. The combat feels a bit more sluggish than the original Once Justice. Of course, there's no air guarding, but you can still flash guard. I call it flash guard, but it's called just guard in the air. Wall splats have been removed, which is another false statement. Characters will now just bounce off the wall when you combo hits into them. That's false. Dash cancels are still there, but now cost meter, which you just saw there, which is what we were told. The only thing that I saw that cost meter was sidestepping, but again, these are just regular players, so we will find out when you actually combo and you dash cancel will actually take meter. Almost every combo leads to a dash cancel, so making it cost meter hurts meter gain like crazy. You barely gain meter as it is now too, which is also false because you saw how the meter bar constantly was going up very quickly. You can now have your assist activate their level 1 super. There's something you have to play with in training mode, but I imagine you get extensions off this depending on the character. Definitely. Overall, the game feels more limited than the first one due to the changes in dash canceling, meter gain, and the removal of wall splat. Alright, so me personally, you guys know I stayed on Once Justice every day. I don't really agree with his opinion, just due to the fact that one, there is wall splats as you saw yourself. The meter thing is definitely a chance to make the game fair. The sidestep effect takes meter, dash canceling takes meter. I feel like it limits characters to like what you can do, as in, you know, cheesing the entire game. You actually gotta think how to use your meter, which means I think that's how the game should be fair. Maybe that's just me talking out of my head, I don't know. But what do you guys think about the whole your assist can now activate their level 1 super? So it makes me think, you do their level 1 with your level 1? That'd be pretty cool. So that being said, guys, let me know what you feel about this whole meter thing and sidestepping, and just let me know how you feel about that. And I will continue with these updates, guys. Love you. Turn the bell for notifications if you're new to the channel. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.